If you or someone you know has had an experience in an abandoned building and you wish to share it, please send it to the email listed below. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you've done those things, please let me know in the comments below, and I may just message you back. The following story has been documented by Richard Estep and can be found, along with other encounters, in his book, The Haunting of Asylum 49. The link to his book can be found in the description below. For the sake of privacy, the names of those involved have been changed. Before becoming the haunted attraction known as Asylum 49, Old Tooele Hospital served as a healthcare facility before becoming an old folks' home, but was unfortunately missing a key component, that being a morgue. This being the case, the bodies of those that had passed would often be held in cold storage towards the back of the hospital until the local mortuary technician would come to collect them for burial, which, in the 1900s, could mean waiting a week or so. Rumors began to spread of the old hospital being haunted, that carried with the building long into its Halloween attraction days. One such room of notable attention was Room 6 and its occupant known only as Wesley. Wesley had been a long-term resident back in its hospital days, suffering from Alzheimer's disease, and, like most suffering, Wesley could have both his good days and his bad days. On his good days, he was a kind, friendly, 90-year-old man, but on his bad days, he was aggressive and possibly even violent. Paranormal enthusiasts believe this behavior carried with him into the afterlife. Some days, the energy in the room is warm and inviting. Other days, there is a feeling of, "Get the hell out!" On October 31st, 2013, a special event was put on by the owner of Asylum 49 for only the most die-hard of paranormal enthusiasts and ghost hunters. This being All Hallows Eve, it was no surprise that everyone felt a high level of energy buzzing about the old hospital, and in total, about 15 had showed up for the hospital's very first ghost hunt. Once they had finished with a quick tour of the building, the members of the group were invited to either investigate the building on their own or accompany their assigned tour guides. Unsurprisingly, a majority of the group decided to follow the tour guides. One of the locations they ended up was Old Man Wesley's room. The group stood outside the doorway of what used to have been Wesley's room while he was alive, all now staring at the last remaining item that belonged to him, an old, dusty recliner. Of the gathered group, only one was brave enough to venture inside and actually take a seat in the old chair, and while nothing extreme happened at first, he claimed to be able to sense that he wasn't alone in the room, and that the longer he sat in the chair, the more intense the energy became. Finally, he admitted that there was indeed a presence with him, a presence that wanted him to leave.
"If you'd like me to leave, tell me to leave,"
he challenged.
"I feel like you want me to leave."
His voice raised slightly.
"Do you want me sitting in your chair? Why don't you make a noise and let me know?"
Nothing. He continued to attempt to elicit some sort of reaction, but each attempt was met with an eerie silence and a building sense of dread. He claimed that the energy was continuing to build, and that the energy did not want him there. He exited, joining the rest of the group, and began to recount what he had felt when from the silence they heard. They looked back into the room, listening to the creaking and groaning of the chair as if someone had put their full weight onto the seat. Before everyone got too excited, the tour guide remembered to remind everyone that it could simply be an old piece of furniture settling and nothing paranormal. They stood outside the room, flashlights off and complete darkness surrounding them, and listened intently for anything else to come from Wesley's room. But after a few minutes, they were met with only silence. Finally, one of the group members had taken out her phone and, out of boredom, began to check her text messages. In the faint glow of their phone, the tour guide shot up, pointing at the door. When the man had gotten off the chair and had left, the door to the room was fully opened, but now the door was almost shut.
"Oh my gosh, guys,"
the tour guide exclaimed.
"the door is almost..."
They sat there in stunned silence, now aware of the fact that they were not wanted at Wesley's room. For more stories like this, please check out Richard Estep's book, The Haunting at Asylum 49. This is a drawing done by a medium who had visited Asylum 49 and claimed to have seen Wesley firsthand.